Welcome back. A local trafficking recovery nonprofit is celebrating an important milestone. Here to tell us about what's on tap for Rethreaded's 14th birthday celebration is Kristen Keen. She's the founder and CEO of Rethreaded. Welcome back, Kristen.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
14 years is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and I know, and it's not like a if you don't actually know why we're celebrating the 14th year, it's not like a significant one, but it's significant because we've been around 14 years and we've officially had 100 women that we've been able to invite into our program to change their lives.
Wow.
So we're celebrating all their accomplishments. We're celebrating and thanking everyone for the past 14 years who has poured into Rethreaded. I mean, that's the reason why we've been so successful is such an amazing community surrounding us.
Remind us who your clients are, how they get involved, what Rethreaded is about, and what it does.
So, Rethreaded works with women who've experienced human trafficking, and we provide long term employment at Rethreaded with wraparound services. So, career development, care management, and access to mental health services. And we are long term. So, women stay with us 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you are now marking the milestone of having served 100 women. Um, and what is Rethreaded's measure of success? How do you look at someone who comes in need and know, first of all, when they're ready to move on?
Well, this is the beautiful thing. Women come to us and they have, when you're leaving human trafficking, the success rate for leaving is only 20%, unless a woman gets access to services and then it gets flipped to 80%. So we work with women to overcome those 75 barriers. So ideally, what happens is a woman has choice in her life. Where does she want to work? Um, she has financial freedom. She has broken the generational cycle for herself and her children, and she's eliminated the vulnerabilities that made her vulnerable to trafficking. So, for example, one of our women left. She went to welding school, graduated top of her class. She is now getting safety certified. She has bought land. She has 2 trailers now, and she is living, this life that she's created to live, and is able to navigate it totally differently. And her life, this is the beautiful thing, right? When one of our women get healed, and healthy, and they go out into the world, we all win, right? We all win. They're making our community better. So there is this part that our women go out into the world and they make us better.
It's really extraordinary. And, you talked about, that there are vulnerabilities that women have when they're trying
Mhm,
to escape that life and that very, dehumanizing work.
mhm.
What challenges does the organization face in terms of, either servicing the clients that you have or expanding or communicating what it is that you do?
It's all we cannot meet the demand, right? The demand, usually we have a certain amount of jobs opening every year, and more people applying for those jobs than we're able to face. So that is why the focus of the 14th year is also let's keep building, right? Let's expand so we can help the next 100. We're going to be having a build out soon. Um, and and we also want to provide the best care, right? So to grow slowly, so when women do come to Rethreaded, we're providing the best care, with the best leaders, with the best resources, so they have the best chance of reclaiming their life. So that's always the tension, right? Is the need versus the people right in front of you. And how do we balance that and navigate that for the next 14 years at Rethreaded?
And so does the campus provide, in addition to the workplace, the housing, is it all kind of in one? Because you also have a shop that you
Hmm.
operate that sells some of the goods that your clients
Hmm.
make.
So we don't provide housing. Most of our women are coming. You have to be clean, sober, and stable for about 6 months to come because we're an active workplace. So usually they are coming out of a program that provides step housing. Maybe they're with a family member, maybe they're with a friend. Um, we're in a housing crisis, so it still tends to be the biggest barrier we have. But on our campus, the idea is when a woman steps on our campus, she will have access to everything she needs to reclaim her life. So we provide the job, the wraparound services, and when she is there for those 8 hours, it is safe. She doesn't have to worry about anything else in her life except I'm here to heal and pave the way for the woman behind me.
Mhm.
And we get to watch women do that every single day.
It must be enormously rewarding. And I know, though, it is also an incredibly busy job that you
Yes.
have. And in preparing for this celebration, you're also, kind of getting ready for a big party, right? So tell us a little bit about the elements of this event.
So this is always one of my favorite events of the year, right? So this year, there's always something cool that happens. We're going to have a living museum. So we're going to walk you through the 14 years of how Rethreaded was founded, the mile markers. You're going to be able to walk through the museum and interact with certain parts. There's going to be live debossing. There's going to be people making product. All the food is We now have an industrial kitchen. So now all the food is going to be made by our staff, and we always have a special dessert that's featured. And then we started a new program called Project Remade, and this is products that are is encouraging the entrepreneurs that we threaded in the program. So these are women who make their own product, and for the first time ever, it's their product in our store, and people will be able to purchase product directly from the women in our program. So whatever art product they're making right now is going to be available in our store.
That's excellent, and that's gonna
Yeah,
be, like, unveiled at the
unveiled.
event
Yes.
itself. And so the celebration itself is July 26th, and it's at your headquarters, which is
Hmm.
also known as the Dolores Bar Weaver Campus of Hope. She's a big,
She's a big, yeah, supporter.
benefactor,
Yeah.
obviously, right?
Hmm.
But how do you ask people in the community to support, whether it comes to, any of the services that you provide? Is there an opportunity for people to help with things like housing or employment?
Always. The biggest thing to do is come on our campus and take our volunteer experience. Come, you get educated on human trafficking, you get a tour of our campus, you get to deconstruct leather airline seats, and you get to learn about how you can help. That is one of the biggest ways is just to get educated. And then if your company is interested in being a second chance employer, that's great. If you want to do a t-shirt drive, we're upcycling t-shirts. You can do a t-shirt drive. If you do corporate gifts at your company, you can buy corporate gifts from us. There's almost an overwhelmingly amount of ways that you can get involved with us. We have created it. This is a really hard topic to talk about. So we have created so many easy ways for companies to get involved. And the best thing to do is come to our campus, take the tour, and learn about human trafficking and how you can get involved.
Do you feel like the world of elected officials is knowledgeable enough about this issue? What would you ask of them when it comes to, getting exposure to the work that you do or attending one of those seminars?
We need them, right? This isn't going to change without everyone. This is what I always try to say is that people think this isn't a women's issue, right? The women are going to handle this, but it's an us issue, and it takes it. This is going. It's a systemic problem. So this takes people from all the way from the top down to the boots on the ground people to get this. So we always involve. We love to have our elected officials attend. Um, Jacksonville's actually we're doing a great job coming together and creating systems for women to have a safe way out. I'm actually really proud. I'll come on the show another time and talk about all the great stuff that's happening. But really, if you have been part of Rethreaded in any way, if you have come to One Spark, if you have ever taken a tour, ever volunteered, we want you at our birthday party. We want to celebrate with you. We want to say thank you. We have a $30,000 match from Riverside Homes, a local company who invest in Rethreaded. They're one of our biggest advocates. So everything you purchase, everything you donate, is matched up to $30,000. And this is where we're looking towards the future, right? How do we build our capacity for the future? Um, and it's companies like Riverside's Home who make this amazing donation for the fifth year in a row.
Wow, that's extraordinary.
It
And so
is.
tickets are free to this event. As we said, it is July 26th. It's from 6 to 8. If people want to get more information, do they just go to the Rethreaded site?
Go to, yeah, Facebook, our website, Instagram. You can find all the information you need. We'd love, and please RSVP so we know you're coming.
Yeah. Make enough food?
Yes,
All
we have
right.
hundreds of people, so we just want to make sure we have enough.
All right. Well, Kristen Keen of Rethreaded, thank you for the work you do. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a minute.
Oh my gosh.